Hello, welcome to Marcum Family Gaming. Welcome to the board games. Thank you for joining us here at the table. I thought as we're halfway through 2021 that I'd like to make a list of the most played games we have here at Marcum Family Gaming. As I went through BG Stats and boardgamegeek, this is the list that I came up with. It's a top 10-ish list, and I'll explain that as we go through. But these all have come in at the edge of the top 10 with 2 games played each. And I just like to talk about each of them a little bit. Exploding Kittens is a fun card game that you play kind of like Uno. We played this a couple of times at our family reunion this summer and just had a blast playing it with the little kids. They loved it. I love having fun with the little ones, and this one definitely brought that to the table. Oh, Skull King. If you've watched our channel, you've seen that I've got a couple of videos up that show us playing this. One game I actually won, which was amazing. Most of the times I don't do well in this game, but our family loves it. I may have only played this game 2 times so far this year, but our family has probably played this more than 20 times. We took a trip out west, had our family reunion, saw some friends, and our kids just love playing this game. It hit the table a lot. Skull King by Grandpa Beck Games. Highly recommend it. A new edition just came out. Track it down. You'll love it. Cartographers by Thunderworks Games. This little game is so fun. This flip and write is highly enjoyable. Everybody can play it. Sometimes we play it with the monsters, sometimes we play it without. Just depends on the group of people. I love the flexibility where you can play with as many people as you want to play with. And having a family of 8, it makes it nice to be able to get something that where we can all sit down and play together. We love Cartographers. Our friend made a 3D printout of the individual pieces, and you can either draw it, which I know a lot of people love that are artistic and love drawing and making their own thing. I also like playing with those little pieces and fitting them in and doing that as well. So Cartographers, amazing little game, highly recommend it. This is one of my favorites so far this year. It's only been played a couple of times, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be played a lot more. I'll be interested in seeing this video at the end of the year to see what ends up being the most played for the whole year. I believe Lions of Lydia is going to make it to the top of that list, if not right up there. Lions of Lydia, Johnny Pack, amazing game designer, is a fun little game where it's a bag builder where you're sending your merchants back into your bag and you pull one out per turn. You choose to send them to the gate to trade for the goods, or you send them into the city to purchase buildings around the capital. It's a fun, quick game that I've enjoyed every time I've played it. Good component quality and just a heck of a game. Johnny Pack is on a roll. I love all of his stuff. Can't wait to see what else he comes out with. Up next will be Parks by Keymaster Games. This game is gorgeous. The game organizer, amazing. We've sat down and played this game a couple times with our friends. I think we're up to 3 plays so far this year. Just love the fluidity of the game. How far do you want to send that hiker down the trail? What resources do you want to gather to see who can visit the most parks and ultimately come out on top? One thing that I always fail to do is to take some pictures along the way, and it seems like I'm always losing by that 1 or 2 points, and that just seems like something that I need to work into my game strategy as I play it. I love Parks. I've got the expansion, but I haven't played it with it yet. So excited to play this some more, get the expansion involved, and try out their new game Trails that came out as well. Parks. Next up, another new game that just came out, Kombo Klash by We Are Hub Games. This game is super fun, super fast-paced. My kids love it. My friends have had fun with it. It's just one that you can throw out. You're just racing to get those tiles placed in the right sequence to get that big combo, score the points, see who can come out on top. Kombo Klash, super fun, super fast, an amazing game. I love the lightweight nature of it, but also the strategy and how you get those combos to trigger from the different animals. Like I told you, Johnny Pack. Coloma by Final Frontier Games. This game it's very unique where it has that magnetic rondelle in the middle where you're spinning it around and each person is not bidding, but you're silently choosing which action you're going to take. You reveal, and if the majority of the people go to that area, it busts and you only get to do one action. But if you go there and it's not a majority, then you get the regular action and the boom action. This game is so much fun. I've played it at 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it is a blast at all player counts. I love this game. You never know what's going to happen. You feel like you're going to the right place, but then someone ruins your plans because they go there as well, and you don't get to do that secondary action, and it just kind of holds you back a little bit. But every time we've played this nice little Gold Rush game, we've had a super fun time. I would recommend that you give it a go. Coloma it won't disappoint you. Gods love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I had a blast playing this game with my kids, a blast playing it with my wife and friends. I grew up, well, I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, so Jurassic Park, that theme of dinosaurs, just, it rings near and dear to my heart. Pandasaurus games really knocked it out of the park with this one. I like how you're building up the food chain, moving around your tile placement, building your own little ecosystem. I would recommend God Loves Dinosaurs as a good, fun, introductory tile placement, engine building game that is fun for all ages. Next up on our list, 5 Tribes. This game by Days of Wonder is an old one, but a good one. We just played this again the other night, and I thought I was killing it, and it turned out, nope, someone else was doing better than me. But I love that the game board is just in a constant flux of change. You're picking up meeples, moving them around. When you end up on the last tile, you pick up all the meeples of the same type. If they end up being merchants, you can gain cards, which is set collection. If they're red assassins, you can take out people's viziers or their elders, or you can take out other pieces on the board to control those tiles. What else am I missing? If you pick up the blue builders, you look at the tiles that are arranged around that tile that you picked up from, and you multiply it times the number of blue tiles. You pick up the elders, and the elders can let you buy gens who all have special powers that let you manipulate the board, manipulate where you place things, what you can purchase. And then the viziers are the yellow meeples. Whoever has the most of them at the end of the game gets a bonus, 1 point per, and if they have the most, they get a 10-point bonus. So 5 Tribes, I've never gotten to play any of the expansions. It's an older game, maybe a little harder to track down, and I think even more so with the expansions. But if you can find this and give it a go, I would highly recommend it. We've played it a lot this year. This is coming in at number 5 on the list, so it's definitely one that will get played more by the end of the year, I believe. Next up, Brass Birmingham. Now this one hasn't been played so much here at home, but I've gotten to play it a lot with my friends. I actually taught it to a couple of friends that have been coming over to Board Game a little more frequently, and they loved it. Now we only got through the canal phase because there was a lot of teaching and learning, and we just ran out of time. So I've talked with each of them afterwards, and they're both excited about getting it back to the table and getting the full game through, because we had been preparing for that rail phase, and we just didn't get there. And I think that when we get to play it again, it'll be amazing. Brass Birmingham, 4th most played game here at Marcum Family Gaming. I love it. Martin Wallace and his crew knocked this one out of the park. This economic strategy game, it's very tight. It's very well organized. The action selection, the restrictions are there. You think you can do something, and then you start to do it. Nope, can't do that. It's not my network, or it's out of network, or it's not connected to that resource that I need to be able to get. But highly recommend Brass Birmingham, this reprint of the old game. This is the newer version. There's Brass Lincolnshire, which is like the old one. Brass Birmingham has some new mechanics built in, and this is maybe one of my top 5 games of all time. Can't wait to play this some more this year. Hold on, this one's gonna hurt. Anachrony. And this is the Infinity Box. This is everything. This is coming in at number 3. I love Anachrony. It's inching in on my number 1. Mage Knight is my all-time number 1 game. Probably will always be there. This may be number 2, 3 at worst. I just love the worker placement, action selection. I love the fractures of time where you're jumping in and out with your mechs doing extra actions. Just every play of this game has been so amazing, and it's added something more, and it leaves me wanting to play it more and more. Love Anachrony. It's not for everybody, but it definitely is for me, and this game will get played some more by the end of the year. I'm looking forward to digging into the solo mode and seeing what all it has to offer. Put that up over there. Ugh. All right. Number 2. This game has been such a surprise for me. I love Overboss. Love Boss Monster, the game that you're building your dungeon out and luring the heroes in. So this is themed in that same world. In this game, you're doing tile placement, trying to match up sets or bands of monsters to score points. You'll score points based on your tiles at the end of the game, and then again based upon your bands of monsters to see who creates the best little world / ecosystem, whatever you want to call it. Overboss. Every person that I've taught this to, I've taught it to Quackalope, I've taught it to Table Knots, taught it to friends, family. Everyone has loved this game and had a blast playing it and wanted to play it again. And that's exactly what you want in a board game, in my opinion. Something that's going to bring fun to the table and have that enjoyability and that replayability every time. Highly recommend you go out and find this game. Super fun. And coming in at most played so far in 2021, Monster Expedition by AMIGO Games. I love Carnival of Monsters, probably one of my favorite card drafting games ever. This game, Monster Expedition by Alexander Pfister, is in the same world as Carnival of Monsters. In this game, instead of card drafting though, you're kind of dice pool building, and you go out and you're trying to hunt down more monsters to show who's the greatest monster hunter in the world. I love rolling dice. That's always fun. I like the unique setup where there's different sets of dice that you're using. You're gaining abilities through set collection and through gaining other monsters that allow you to be a better monster hunter and get that big dice pool. It's going to give you that big roll. Super fun, super amazing. Highly recommended. I know I've said that with all these games, but why wouldn't I highly recommend them? They've been the most played this year. So what am I missing? What have I not been getting to the table that you've been getting to the table? I'd like to know what you've been playing and like to have those suggestions. Maybe it's something you see on the shelf here behind me. Maybe it's something new that I need to run out and track down. Thankful for all the comments in the other video I posted about deck builders. I've got a massive list of other deck builders that I need to go track down. So I'd be interested to see what you've been playing this year that I might need to look into as well. Thank you again for joining us here at the channel. I'd appreciate a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, share this content with your friends, help get the word out. We're young, we're growing, and we love doing this. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.